Well, hello, welcome back to Breaking Bricks. I'm your host, Neil. This is week 13 of our Clone Wars mock on an Anxais. We got a lot of work done. We still got some more to do. This week we're going to continue focusing on the decking and the cave itself, the base within the cave. We got a lot of work to do there, and we got to get some more of that decking in place so we can move on forward with this. So let's just get right to it. All right, my friends, today we're going to continue on with this project. We're going to start actually working with the flooring, the decking pretty much, before we continue on with those walls. Because of the overhang that's going on, the flooring just makes sense to put in first. It'll be easier that way. Otherwise, I'll be fighting, trying to slide stuff in and click it in place while avoiding the wall. So it's just easier to get that done first. I've preached that in previous seasons. It's always better to work from the bottom up. Sometimes it's hard to think the Lego math out that way, so you do a lot of tear back and rebuild, but it's kind of worth it. And talk about tear back and rebuild, we're going to tear this apart here once it's even with that, and we're just going to kind of transfer the parts over to there. But this time we're going to add that red and gray strip that I've got going on in there. And part of the reason for that is simply because I don't have enough black to do the whole decking. I don't think. I'm running low. I still got some left, but I am really stretching that crap out. So I got to do what I got to do. On top of that, I think the door itself for the ship hangers underneath there should be a little bit bigger. They just seem a little bit small for a ship to fly out. So we're gonna enlarge that just slightly. So let's get to work. All right, we're going to start with the door on this side here. Now, originally, I had made it too small, so I'm going to make this one a little bigger, and then we're going to redo the other one. So right now, we're going to focus on more of this decking here. We have to put the tabs in to make sure it's all nice and even. Me using my flash powers here, it should not take all that long. Alright, so as you can see, we've gotten these doors wide. Now I can just finish the decking right here, and I can continue on with some of the wall. I'm really sweating about this black at this point. I'm not positive enough if I'll have enough to get it done. So we're just going to go ahead and push it. By adding the gray and the dark red to it, it makes it a lot better. It'll stretch my black out further. And on top of it, I borrowed some pieces from my bricklaying store. Wow, now that I've made it this far, I am starting to feel better. But it's time to work on the cave. The base itself, once you get inside, we're just going to do the dark gray. It's stone. We'll just keep it solid. We have our breakaway points. I've got 2 rooms going into here. Those I'll just be able to lift out. I will show you at the end of the video. But right now, let's just get this decking focused and finished. I'm so close to finishing the decking, I can taste it. Now I'm running in pretty close to being out on dark gray as well. But I have enough to work on this cave, that's for sure. All right, while we work on this wall, we're also going to put in the medical facilities, because every base needs one. Of course, we don't want to over-engineer it or overthink it. But rather than building this as one solid piece, I've made it so everything just comes apart. At least that's the goal. That's what I'm trying for here. Well, my friends, we've actually made some decent progress today. But I've run out of time. So what can I say? It just takes more time to put a very large build together. And a lot of it can be a bit monotonous, and some people will lose themselves and can't deal with that. I tell you what, watching a little TV while I work helps me, or some music, I don't do this from stop to end, I break it up, I sit down, I do other things, because we have life, and it's just how it is. And but anyway, we've gotten quite a bit of the decking done on the back side here, and as you can see, I've got a couple gunboats in place now just to kind of see how they're going to fit. And with these areas done now, I can actually start to work on the anti-aircraft guns that are here in the back. And they're going to match similar to the ones up front. I think in the cartoon they were more circular in the back, where the front ones were square. I'm just making it all square just for consistency. And then I took a little different direction here in the back, because it's inside a mountain. I went with the dark gray for the floor decking, and now that that's in place, we can actually continue the inside of this. And I just love the fact that, and we're going to do this for an example, this, when I go to move this just lifts straight up and comes right out. And then this is going to be a room here, and that as well will just lift out, and I put it in a box, and away we go. So we are going to take an up close look at what we got done this week, as soon as I get this stuff back in place. All right, we're going to start off here. Now, this is a breakaway room. This is just a simple medic bay. Now, right now, I still have more work to do in it, but I'm kind of getting the idea of how to lay out. And it's going to have a lot of windows, so it just kind of shines through there like so. We still got some more work to do in here and some more tiling, figs to put in here. Now, right now, I kind of have Alpha in one tank and one of the kid clones in the other, which would be Boba Fett, technically. But you never know. We could change his hair and just be somebody else. But I actually think I'm going to stick Nestor in here, maybe, possibly. I got his minifigure from Lego Master Seasons 1, and I just want to stick it in there, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we've got the breakaway walls here on the outside as well. The decking, and as you can see, there's the seam. That's what the breaking point is. Now this is going to be an armory when I'm done. We're just kind of getting placement going. And then the top section here is going to sit between one room to the other and on top. And it also will be a breakaway. And then we got our gunboats just kind of mounted. Now this is what I think I'm going to start working on in the next episode here, is these anti-aircraft guns. I think it'd be cool to get those up and going here. And another one there on the other side, just past that radar dish by the shield generator. And of course, we've gotten our dock here for loading the subway. Lots of shipping containers. More is going in as we go. Now here's the front of the build. We still got a lot more work to do, but that is to come. Well, my friends, if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know I did a good job, and it helps the algorithm suggest this kind of content to anybody out there that might be into this Lego Star Wars, Clone Wars, whatever it might be. Hey, you got a good idea for this build, maybe something you might want to see in this one. Just want to talk Star Wars, Lego, whatever it might be, put that down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And of course, we cannot grow here as a family unless you hit that subscribe button. It takes you a mere half a second, but for me it means an awful lot. I'll see you here next time on Breaking Bricks.